What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new upcoming packages. Part one, the physical infrastructure package, which has now officially passed the Senate and will now be moving on to the House of Representatives. And then part two, the next stimulus package, which the Democrats have announced at $3.5 trillion, and they are now moving through the negotiation phase. But remember, the Democrats are going to pass this next stimulus package exactly how they passed the third stimulus check package through the reconciliation process, which means the Democrats will be passing it on their own with just 50 Democrats, 50 Democratic votes in the Senate, which means that all 50 Democrats will be voting yes, exactly how the third stimulus check package passed, and all 50 Republicans will be voting no. And that is how it will be passed. That's how the third stimulus check package passed. That's also how the two preliminary votes on the fourth stimulus package, the next stimulus package, has passed. In fact, the two preliminary votes passed 50 Democrats, yes, 50 yes votes, and 49 Republicans. There was one Republican senator that was not there. So it passed 50 to 49 for the first two preliminary votes. So that's kind of the first two votes in the voting process, kind of the first two steps along the way as we kind of work through this process of the next stimulus package. This next stimulus package has been announced at $3.5 trillion, the largest stimulus package ever. Yeah, so there's plenty of money in there for everything and the kitchen sink. We just don't know what everything and the kitchen sink is yet, as they haven't wrote the bill yet. So we'll find out everything as we kind of go forward. We'll be talking about that in this video and more details of what's going on in our country, what's going on in Washington, D.C., and kind of the fight as the Democrats are kind of fighting amongst themselves of what's going to be included in this bill, and also of if they should vote on the infrastructure package bill. Remember, that's passed in the Senate, but then it needs to pass the House. Remember, both these bills have to pass the House and the Senate, and then the president goes to sign it. The president really doesn't do anything with it except for promote it or kind of have some influence on it until the very last moment when he signs it. Now, the president has some sway on it. He has some influence on it. He can kind of, talk about it and influence his Democrats on it. But really, the president kind of signs it at the end. So, and that doesn't happen until the House and the Senate both pass it. So we got a lot to cover. Let's jump right in. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new videos. Remember, new videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, thanks for hitting the like button for us. It really helps out our channel. Okay, lots of different things to cover here. A lawsuit in Missouri has been filed to bring federal unemployment benefits back. I don't know if we've covered that yet on this show, but this is dated as of yesterday. So now a lawsuit in Missouri has been filed as well. Yeah, a lot going on here. A judge in South Carolina has dismissed the unemployment lawsuit for unemployment benefits to bring back benefits. Yeah, check this out. This is the first we've seen of this. A judge in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, on Friday dismissed a lawsuit against Governor Henry McMaster over his decision to end pandemic unemployment benefits. Quote, the court correctly recognizes that this lawsuit lacked merit from the start and appropriately rejected the plaintiffs, in this case, the people of the state, their effort to force the state to re-enroll these optional federal unemployment programs. Wow. Wow. McMaster said in a statement praising the decision. Wow. Wow, what a statement. Bob Morgan, president and CEO of the South Carolina Chamber of Commerce, commended McMaster for ending the benefits in May. In the decision, the judge said, ultimately, this case is not about whether you agree with the governor's decision on whether South Carolina should be participating in these programs, Rather, it is a case concerning whether defendants have the discretion to opt in and conversely opt out of these programs. Wow. The residents said the lawsuit filed in state court in June that they are still struggling to make ends meet and have been unable to find work despite extensive job searches. The unemployed workers are asking a judge to order state officials to rejoin the pandemic unemployment programs that provide federal funds to the jobless. Yeah, so just a quick update. My notes here say Maryland, the people have won the lawsuit against the state. Indiana, the people have won the lawsuit and got retroactive. I'm not sure about retroactive in some of these other states. Texas, there's no ruling yet, as far as I know. Ohio has lost, and they're appealing the lawsuit. There's going to be a new ruling, from what I understand. Oklahoma has also won the lawsuit. Florida, there's no ruling, from what I understand yet. Arkansas has also won. Tennessee, no ruling yet. South Carolina has now been dismissed. Louisiana has also lost. Missouri has a new lawsuit, and I think that's all of them. So I have Maryland has won, Indiana has won, Oklahoma has won. Maryland, Indiana, Oklahoma, and Arkansas have won. Ohio has lost, but it was appealing. Louisiana has lost, and South Carolina has been dismissed. So we have like 4 states that have won, 3 that have lost, including this new dismissal, 1 being appealed in Ohio. So it's kind of like back and forth, 4 wins and 3 losses. Let me know your thoughts on this. I guess this is better than just all the states that have opted out of the unemployment benefits. At least 4 states out of the 7 that we've had rulings for have 4 of the states, the people have gotten unemployment benefits restored. So these people are getting money paid to the people instead of the state just keeping the money for themselves. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. As you can see here on the screen, this is your last chance to get free health insurance, potentially, depending on your qualifications, from Biden's last stimulus package, the 3rd stimulus check package. Some people actually qualify for free or significantly reduced cost health insurance coverage from the 3rd stimulus check package. This is a stimulus provision that was included in the 3rd stimulus check package. Remember, these stimulus packages and the next stimulus package, the 4th one, will have lots and lots of stimulus provisions. That's why when I bring up this list here, there's always a lot more than everybody always thinks of the check as the big one, but there is always more than just the check. In this next package, they're discussing like 26 or 27 different items. Now, all these items are not going to make it in the next package. But there was a whole bunch of different items in the 3rd stimulus check package. I'm not even sure the exact amount. I mean, the last package was hundreds and hundreds of pages. But free health insurance or reduced health insurance was one of the items that you could potentially get, and that is now coming to an end. So let me kind of explain that. As you can see here, Americans have hours left to claim free health insurance for the remainder of the year, courtesy of President Joe Biden's 3rd stimulus check package. White House officials are urging anyone interested in a 0 premium plan to submit an application by Sunday, August 15th at midnight local time. Both wealthy and low-income Americans are welcome to apply, although there is one big eligibility requirement. Millions of Americans have checked off that box this year. Did you claim unemployment this year? If you received or have been approved for unemployment this year, even if it was just for 1 week, you qualify for free coverage through healthcare.gov. Again, the website is literally healthcare.gov. You can just go to a browser after you're done with this website and type in healthcare.gov. If you had unemployment benefits this year in 2021, you qualify for free healthcare through healthcare.gov. There's other qualifications here that I'll talk to in a minute, but the first qualification is if you had unemployment benefits this year, even just for 1 week, you qualify for free healthcare coverage through the rest of 2021. And again, the website is healthcare.gov. That's actually a website. You can just go to a browser and type in healthcare.gov. That's the marketplace established under the Affordable Care Act. But you have to do it by tomorrow at midnight. So basically, do it after you're done watching this video. Considering that millions of people remain unemployed, and you don't have to be on unemployment right now, anytime this year, we've seen, even in the last couple weeks, increased interest in enrollment. Middle of the pack silver plans with $0 monthly premiums arrived in July. The free plans are provided by private insurers and come with low or even no copayments or deductibles. Note that you are typically not eligible if you can get insurance from an employer, either you or your spouses, or through Medicare or Medicaid. So again, you have to choose, I assume it's the silver plan here from what this article says, with $0 monthly premiums. You had to have unemployment at least 1 month through the year. And note, you're typically not eligible if you can get insurance through an employer or Medicare or through Medicaid. Though that particular coverage, here's the other coverage I was talking about, will run out in December. Reduced coverage will also cover a lot of people. We're covering more people with better benefits, with premiums 40% lower, President Biden said at the White House on Thursday. The average premium has been reduced from $104 a month to $62 a month for health insurance. More than 2.5 million Americans have signed up with this special enrollment period. Of that number, President Biden says a third of the plans cost $10 or less a month. So again, a third of these plans cost $10 or less a month. You could get health insurance through healthcare.gov for potentially $10 or less per month, thanks to the third stimulus check package that provided these stimulus discounts through healthcare.gov. Healthcare.gov enrollees are now paying no more than 8.5% of their incomes. And if you're low or middle income, you literally could get healthcare for potentially a $60 per month or less, or even $10 per month or less through healthcare.gov. Interesting article I seen here today on stimulus. The Delta variant gives Democrats a choice to pass more stimulus. Now, we do know they're going to pass more stimulus with the $3.5 trillion stimulus package. The question is, what is going to be in the stimulus package? How much is going to be in the stimulus package? What type of relief is going to be in the stimulus package for Americans? But that may crash into resistance from moderates like Joe Manchin. Dun, dun, dun. Democrats must decide whether to renew stimulus aid like federal jobless benefits, unemployment benefits, that actually expire on September 6th, which is, what's that, about 3 weeks from now? The Delta variant is surging, threatening the recovery and reminding the country that the pandemic is far from over. But efforts to extend the help may crash into resistance from Democratic moderates like Joe Manchin. This article presents an interesting opinion. President Joe Biden promised a summer of freedom as Americans got vaccinated. States and cities lifted economic restrictions, and the pandemic appeared to be in the rearview mirror. But now the Delta variant is challenging that narrative more and more by the day. That comes as much of President Biden's $2 trillion stimulus package in March, designed to be another shot of the pandemic relief, is set to expire next month with the unemployment benefits. The Biden administration was counting on getting the pandemic under control, but now it's far from over, with over 100,000 new people per day on average testing positive. And Democrats on Capitol Hill must make a choice on whether to extend some more stimulus measures, like unemployment, more stimulus checks, child tax credits, more adult tax credits, and what's going to be in this next $3.5 trillion stimulus package. One of those is the federal boost to unemployment, which 26 states already moved to end before September, although several states have seen that reversed in lawsuits in court, as we have already discussed in this video. Asked whether federal unemployment benefits could be renewed, Senator Bernie Sanders, chair of the Senate Budget Committee, told insiders it's a work in progress and there are a lot of moving parts. That reflects competing views within the Democratic caucus, as Senator Ron Wyden is all for extension of some stimulus measures, while Senator moderates like Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia are skeptical. And this is kind of the fight that we're seeing between the Democratic Party. And remember, that's the focus is really on the Democratic Party right now, because the Democrats are going to be the one that pass this next stimulus package. If the Republicans were in control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency, we'd be having a different discussion right now. Remember, last year, the Republicans controlled the Senate and the presidency, 2 out of the 3. So it was a very different discussion when Mitch McConnell and former President Trump were in control of 2 out of the 3, right? But now the Democrats control the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and it was the Democrats that passed the third stimulus check package. So it's really just, what are the Democrats going to do? And boy, this lighting coming in from the sun is kind of crazy right now. But yeah, so it's kind of weird because we have a lot of, and even Chuck Schumer said this in a speech that we showed on the channel the other, I don't know, like yesterday. Even Chuck Schumer said we have some Democrats that are like, we need to spend more. We need to spend more than $3.5 trillion. And then we have some moderates like Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, that are like, we need to spend less than $3.5 trillion. And some people are saying that it's going to be the Democrats' biggest challenge here to get all 50 senators from the Senate, all 50 Democrats, and 99% of the Democrats in the House, which is like 200 and like, what is that? It's like 220 Democrats in the House. You got to get like 99.9% of them to all vote together as well to come together and say yes. Now, here's the interesting thing, is they all did it for the third stimulus check package. And they're going to have to do it again for this fourth stimulus check package. So you have to find that perfect crafted line to do it again. So at the end of the day, they all did it for the third stimulus check package. And interestingly enough, they've already done it twice for the opening votes of the fourth stimulus check package. So the first 2 votes where they voted yes, 50 Democrats and 49 Republicans for the opening votes of the fourth stimulus check package. So Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin already voted yes for the first 2 votes, but they haven't got down to brass tacks yet, where they're going to write the bill and actually vote on the actual yes of what's going to be in this package. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they put in there and what the actual relief is going to be for people. Stimulus checks, unemployment benefits. This is where things get really controversial, because the unemployment benefits are probably the most controversial thing right now. Way more controversial than stimulus checks, in my opinion. Because stimulus checks, they can buffer that down. They can put an income cap on that. But unemployment, this is where it's very, very Republican versus Democrats, because there's a lot of, and I mean, I'm sure you guys see this on the news, and even more outside of, our channel. A lot of people are saying this is preventing, and I'm not saying this is just what, everybody else is saying here. A lot of people are saying that it's preventing people from going back to work. This is the argument, right? But then you also have a lot of people saying, well, I can't find, the job that I was working at. That job's been eliminated. There's over 30% of small businesses that have literally gone out of business. The business is gone. 37% of small businesses are bankrupt. They're gone. The business has been eliminated. So the problem is trying to find a comparable job that isn't a significant pay reduction, isn't a part-time job, isn't a significant pay reduction. And, the problem is that it's difficult out there. It's difficult out there. So, and that's kind of the balance there. And honestly, to be honest, a lot of people are scared to go back and work with the pandemic. It's very difficult. Our son is supposed to be starting preschool next month. And we're not going to lie. I mean, obviously a 3-year-old son's not vaccinated. So we're a little scared about a 3-year-old catching COVID. It's a little scary. God, this lighting is terrible. We're a little scared. We're a little scared. Not gonna lie. It's a little scary. So we're like deciding about that. Do you send a 3-year-old to preschool? What happens if he catches COVID? Like all these things, people are just, I see a lot of your comments. Like some people are saying they don't want to go back to work because they don't want to catch COVID. All these things, there's a lot of complex decisions right now of everything going on with this pandemic. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. It's just it's the new normal, right? It's the pandemic. It's 100,000 new cases. It's 37% of small businesses have gone out of business. Like the jobs literally don't exist. And then the problem is a lot of the jobs that do exist are low-paying jobs or part-time jobs. And then a lot of the good-paying jobs are very, very competitive to get the jobs. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'll keep you up to date with everything going on with stimulus, going on with our economy, going on in Washington, D.C., going on in our country. Remember, new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to subscribe down below, and I will keep you up to date with everything. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is my newest video about Social Security raises. So click on one of those videos next to watch that, and I will see you in the next video.